take a look at some really exciting upcoming horror games, starting with the first game called Baby Blues Nightmares, which it's kind of a first time that I've seen a game like this where you play as a toddler. And by the way, this game has released today on September 16 at the time of this video. And this is a survival horror game where you play as a toddler and have to do what it takes in order to survive your horror-ish nightmares of what's real and not. This is really unique and it released today on Steam. Check it out.
That is a lovely name.
Next up, take a look at Macabre, which is a brand new Scottish action horror stealth extraction game where you play in a snowy environment and there is a real monster hunting you.
Okay, I can see you're angry, but hear me out. You and your mates just stumbled into a rift. Think of it like a bubble of endless timelines, each different from the last. The problem is, entering a rift is a one-way ticket, and we need to figure out how to escape. Needless to say, I've been here for quite a while. And that means I know what I'm doing. Ah, right, the weird crawly thing. Well, it's hard to say, but I'm pretty sure it's a fourth dimensional shapeshifting being that can transcend the timelines. There's only one word I can think of to describe it. Macabre. It searches for life forces to consume throughout the rifts, and with your recent arrival, it looks like meat's back on the menu. Now, you're not entirely helpless. After all, you've got the atomic space shifter, which allows me to pull your consciousness back to my timeline, whether you make it to the extract or die trying. But Macabre isn't your run-of-the-mill alien thing. It's far more cunning. It stalks its prey, at first from a distance, and then quietly it gets closer, waiting for the opportune moment to strike. Of course, you can't just pull out a blicky and blast poor Macabre away. It's a little more complicated. You're going to need to be on the lookout for fragments scattered throughout the rifts. You can find them with your space shifter and bleed them from any timeline to yours. Fragments have many uses. We can craft tools and equipment that will help us deal with Macabre. But more importantly, I think they can help us find things that no one else has. And that's where the real adventure begins. Hey, this Kickstarter looks great. They got cool outfits.
Next up, guys, take a look at the upcoming really unique game called AILA, which is a game that you don't know if what you're seeing in front of you is real or not, because you're also a real human playing in VR in this game. Check it out.
True horror often doesn't present itself in the way we expect or desire. But I will reveal to you the real horror. Next up, take a look at Will Follow the Light, which is a really unique take on the horror/walking genre. Take a look. It's looking really cool.
If you can talk with crowds and keep your virtue, or walk with kings, or lose the common touch. If neither foes nor loving friends can hurt you, if all men count with you but none too much, if you can fill the unforgiving minute with 60 seconds worth of distance run, yours is the earth and everything that's in it, and which is more, you'll be a man, my son. I will find you.
Next up guys, take a look at Blight Survival, which is one of my most anticipated game of probably 2025. I think this game is releasing in 2025, I hope so, and it's looking amazing. My favorite genre is anything that has to do with medieval and with horror added to it with zombies. This is one game to look forward to. I'm really excited for this one. It's looking really special, and it's in co-op and single player.
It's hard as a spot, yeah? Gets in your veins first, clogs up your brain. You're infected before you know it.
He's dead. Poor bastard reeks. Probably dead for days.
You're new to this. It only gets worse after they're dead.
Makes you almost sorry for him.
My ass doesn't feel too sorry. Keep looking.
Next up, take a look at the Sinking City 2. If you've played the first one, or if you haven't played, it doesn't matter, because this game, this sequel, is a complete step up of the first game, and it's completely different because the Sinking City 2 is inspired by Resident Evil, so it will include action, or it'll be a little bit similar to Resident Evil 7, for example. It's got the Cthulhu inspiration, the Cthulhu lore, and it's looking really special by this trailer. Take a look. Next up, take a look at The Lost Wild. This is an action or dinosaur game which looks really beautiful, and you're getting hunted by a dinosaur in this weird, dangerous world. Next up, take a look at Witches of the New World, which is a horror game about witches, of course.
Witch-like two spirits to suggest me still. The better angel is a man right there. The worser spirit a woman colored in hell. To win me some to hell. My female evil tempted my better angel from my side, and would corrupt my saint to be a devil, wooing his purity with her foul pride. And when that my angel returned to suspect I may yet not directly and be both from you both to each friend, I guess one angel in another hell in another. Yet this shall I ne'er know, but I leave it out till my bad angel fire my good one out.
Next up, take a look at Necrophosis, which is inspired by the work of H.R. Giger, and of course the game that has been released recently called Scorn, and this one looks really special. Check it out. Next up, take a look at Silent Hill 2 Remake, and I don't know, every time that I see this game, every time that I see new gameplay on it, it looks absolutely crazy. It looks even better every single time. It's like the team is listening to the fans after every single gameplay trailer, because at first glance it looked okay, it looked normal, but now it looks actually really special. The graphics, the animations, everything looks so much better. Next up, take a look at the upcoming Zoochosis, which is releasing very soon, and it's about you being hired for a job in a zoo where animals turn into monsters at night and you have to hunt them or just take care of them. Next up, take a look at Sirens, which finally there's a game like this one. I've been waiting for a game on Sirens, which I don't know, it's kind of a hot take to make this a horror game. I'm really excited for it. I really hope they make it well, and let me know what you guys think of it. Finally, take a look at the Forever Winter. This game is releasing very soon and it's one of my most anticipated. There's so much to it and the team behind it looks to have so much passion and they care about what they're making and about the players that are going to join in. It's coming really soon and I'm actually really excited to check it out.
Thank you to everyone who participated in the beta. The team has been rocking around the clock to incorporate a ton of the feedback you guys gave us, and we can't wait to share the progress. Now, I don't believe anyone should have to pay more than 50 USD for a game, and if you want to support the team above and beyond the initial price point, that is awesome, and we really appreciate it. There will be a special edition with the game's soundtrack and Jason's awesome tunes, but that should be your choice, based on how much you guys dig the game. So the Forever Winter is going to be $27 at early access. There will be 0 pay-to-win solutions. You will earn your gear via skill or luck, and you will not be able to buy your way into Nirvana. You will never be charged for a new character, because that's the way it should be when you buy a game. You will not be charged for maps, guns, additional quests, new bosses, and more. That nickel and diming shit is for the birds. We will charge for skin packs, and any sales there will go to supporting the character team and allowing us to make even more baller characters in the future. Now, why do all this? I fondly remember a time growing up in the 90s when you could go to CompUSA and buy a box copy of Command & Conquer, Giant Citizen Kabuto, or KK&D for $50 or less and be set for months. I'm really hoping we can get back there. Now for the roadmap. We really respect what the homies did with Ready or Not, Having the balls to release gray box maps into their map lineup was incredible. So we're taking a page out of their book. We will give you one work in progress map early, so you guys can scope it out, have some fun, and hopefully give the team some super helpful feedback, so we can make them even more kick-ass when they drop fully. Taking it one step further, we want the community to get a chance to vote on which bosses and which features we bring online first in our post-launch plan. Anyone who bought the game will get access to an exclusive channel in our Discord. There, you will be able to vote on what or who drops next. The art team and our brothers at Evolve 512 broke our backs to make sure we planned months in advance to give you guys the post-apocalyptic road trip you deserve. And if the game does well, shit. We want to bring this art style to entirely new environments in the future. It's going to be a wild ride. Now let's talk hosting. Regardless of how many people play, you will always be able to play with your friends locally and via peer-to-peer hosting. We learned from the nightmares some of our industry colleagues have gone through this past year. So that means no infinite loop matchmaking bugs, and no flooded servers where you can't jump into what you just bought. We did this so that no matter what happens, when you buy our game, you can jump in and rock and roll, even if it's solo.